This restaurant hides the story of a true golden age. There was a time when it was a place people had to stop at. But progress rarely shows mercy. They built the highway and overnight, cars stopped passing by. But that wasn't why it was abandoned. For 8 years, they managed to keep the business going, even when the highway was already in operation. They did it thanks to a loyal clientele who kept coming because they knew the place and the couple who ran it. But there was something they couldn't fight. In 2019, the owner passed away after years of keeping the business going with her husband. Everything has stayed the same since then. The tables still wait for customers who won't return. A dish will never be served in this restaurant again. After several hours exploring the place, something happened that we didn't expect. A man appeared out of nowhere and started prowling around the restaurant, looking inside, searching for us. But that story will come later. Now then, let's start from the beginning. We start with this outside area, and here we have a shed where they used to store all the things from the bar. As soon as you walk in, look at the cigarette vending machine. Cool, look at the lace shelves. They're so cool. There are even a couple of bicycles. And over here, all the Coca-Cola stuff, and that over there, I think it's oil. Yes, this is oil in a 25-liter container. Over here we enter the kitchens, if I remember correctly. And as soon as we enter, we already have the refrigerators right here. This looks like it's for washing dishes. The machine for washing the dishes. They probably rinse them off here, then put them in here to run them through. This whole area here is for setting them down. I imagine this part was probably for the dirty dishes. It really hasn't been that long. But still. But look, see what's left. There are still water bottles in the fridge. There aren't many left. Check out this fridge. Even the water is here. April 2019. It's been abandoned longer than it looks. Well, over here is the whole kitchen area. I think this is a really big deep fryer. An industrial deep fryer. I'm not sure. Look at all the griddles now. And all this part here in the kitchen is for preparing the food, I imagine. And now we're going to the bar area, which is super intact. I have to turn off the light because you can see us from the street, as you'll see. You can see us through those windows. They took most of the stock, but I think they closed due to few customers or business not going well. Look, they barely left anything. Is there any bottle left or is it empty? Or half full? I guess they took the full ones. I'm going to get a little closer to this part, although a car is parking right there. And I'll show you this here. I'll show you this little room here. Look at the chairs. Then I move to this column so they can't see me. Look at the chairs, they're so cool, look. This whole bar here is amazing. Over there we also see the 2019 thing again. Look at the Duracell display stand. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's very close to the glass window. This is the dining area, which is super intact. Look at this area with all the tables set up. All the tablecloths are in place. They left the dining room set up for the last meal. It's impressive to find a place like this, so untouched. At least the lower part. Now let's go upstairs to the house. I'm going to turn off the light here for a bit. Over here, we get to the bar area, which is where we were before. This was the restaurant dining area. Look at the table they had here in the center. I guess it was for decoration. Glasses all neatly arranged there. And here there are even eggs. Which are real. They've just been emptied here, but they're real quail eggs. And look at the menu. Russian potato salad appetizers. Well, a typical roadside bar menu. This is the usual display case for all the desserts. And back here we have the restrooms, all the menus. These are different. Menu 10 euros. VAT excluded, so around 12 euros. Let's check out where they used to pay. Now we're heading towards the house, and we get to the house through here. This would be like the storage room, I suppose. Look, they use this for washing. Most likely the tablecloths. From this part here, we get to the house. We can already see there's a bit of a mess upstairs. It looks like they've messed it up quite a bit. But there are still a lot of things left. Here we can already see one of the rooms full of things. This is the part that connects to the restaurant. There's another door there, so they wouldn't have to go through the restaurant and could enter the house here. Through that door over there. And they have the key in the lock. In fact, it's open. And now, this is where we enter the house, and there are a lot of things scattered everywhere. We'll start fixing the house from the last room, since it looks like this one was being renovated. That's probably why they left everything here. They even have restaurant items here, like the hand dryer. Oh, look! From the gas station. The pump hose. It seems they stored items here before leaving. Look, this cash register. I'm not sure if it's a cash register, but it sure looks like one. But it's very, very old. Look at this pamphlet, bunions. Hammer those. It's like they had the fish lined up. I'm going to leave this room now. It's too close to the road. It's just that the house is pretty messed up. Someone broke in to rob the place at some point and turned everything upside down. What a shame. All of this is just costumes. Look at this one. Look at this costume, it's so cool. This other room is really over the top too. But look, a bunch of decorative swords like these. And there are a lot of toys, even a baby's crib. More toys, everything is full of toys. And look at this, the Pokemon album. What's going on? And a kid's camera. They even had a bingo game. This display case, stored here, was likely at the gas station. They were likely the gas station owners too. A nativity scene. It's pretty complete. Here are things from the well. Well, they're glasses or bottles from the well. And this is from Coca-Cola. They're glasses too. Since he owned the restaurant, they gave him many glasses from Coca-Cola and other brands. Look at this advertising pamphlet. From the year 2000. This Volvo C80 can be yours. They seem to be giving away even a Volvo at a local supermarket. It's really cool, a sunshade, also gifts with assorted boxes of Pepsi, Cass and 7-Up. You could get any of these things. Now they don't do those kinds of gifts with products anymore. They finished all necessary advertising. And now it's like everyone knows these big brands. Here we had school books. Science and Social Studies. For 6th grade in elementary school. Look at the manual of a video game. Super Mario 64. How cool. It's for the Nintendo 64. We're leaving this room now. As you saw, there were some things here. And the bathroom they had in the house was huge. I mean, look how big it is. It's very big. And they had this shower panel with massage jets. Right here in front, they had a dining room. Or a living room. Quite modern. With all the modern sofas, except these wicker ones, which are really cool. sex-linked inheritance, congenital malformations, and earlier we also saw a paper about foot malformations. I don't know if it's related or if he had any malformation. Like maybe he thought he could either pass it on to his children or that his parents had passed it on to him. I don't know, it's a bit strange. This looks like a computer that had a screen, a monitor. It didn't even have a bag to carry it, but they didn't take it. And even inside the house they had the bar's storage room. Look at all this. They had a ton of glasses because we've already seen a lot. This would be the office, all this part here with the computer and everything, the office desk. And look at all the records. They look like receipts from July 25th, 1991, they're old receipts. He kept all of them and all the account books here, just like they used to do before, the things they kept year after year. The old calculator for doing the invoices. With this very one, they probably made all the invoices we've seen there. And look at the most impressive thing of all from before this. Look how small the restaurant was, and the gas station next to it. And now, this place is practically full of roads everywhere. This calendar is also from February 2nd, 2019. Look at all the stuff. Paid in cash. 1988, pump work log. Accounting program, service station. So they definitely owned the service station and the restaurant, and they had their house here. Look, that whole area over there is full of stuff, all full of paperwork. They used to need so many records for just one business, but now everything is computerized, so we use less paper and need less storage space. In storing the accounts and in many factories or companies I've been to. I've always noticed they had a lot of binders, but they probably had to keep the ones from 20 years ago, because they didn't know when an inspection might come, and maybe they'd be asked for the accounts from 1980 like that one, which is actually from 86 from the restaurant. They've been here for a lot of years. Now look at this room, how ransacked it is. But the amount of things that are left. Look, this could be a shirt for working at the restaurant. Yes, I would say it was for working at the restaurant. Look at this, how old the photograph is. They emptied the whole closet completely and threw everything here. Oh my goodness. And there they had a safe in the room. Most of the things around here are boxes of clothes and bags because I've seen a ton of bags. Look at the detail they had in the room. Don't run, Dad. They also had a bathroom in the room, and look at the kitchen area of the house. And the sign? We're closed every Tuesday for a staff rest day. The kitchen of the house is quite small compared to the rest of the house. But, well, I imagine they would cook in the bar, in the restaurant, but even in the kitchen they left absolutely everything. They cleared out quite a lot from the bar, but not the house. In the house they left everything. Look at all the little cake toppers. They were probably for when they did weddings or communions. They would have them to put on the cakes. And it's for pressing corks into wine bottles. What did they do? Did they reseal the wine bottles? Or how does it work? Why did they have this? To refill the bottles and put the cork back on? Well, most likely. And the last thing left of the house is this little room here. I wish we had found it in better condition, not so messy. These two are probably the owners of the house, and this is likely the death certificate of the lady who lived here. At 53 years old, what a shame. Maybe that was part of the reason the place was abandoned. Look at the thing with the matches. It's a mill made out of matches for wedding or baptism or communion gifts. Let's head downstairs. I've heard there's an area we haven't seen yet with old tapes. I'm not sure if they're music or movies. But we'll see it now. Let's go through here so we can get to the other part, since they said this is the only way to get there. We've already gone through and are heading straight there. We're pretty visible here. Okay, it's this part here. Let's look at all the tapes. All the music tapes. 420, 700 pesetas, so it must have been around 2000, which was when they switched from pesetas to euros, and they still showed the amount in pesetas. It only has this part with tapes, the rest is empty. Awesome, these are the tapes they made with lots of songs that had nothing to do with each other, but they were like the remix of the year, and they put them all on a single tape. Here there are a bunch more tapes, both music and other kinds of tapes too. And the really cool radio that's here. All the Christmas decorations to decorate the restaurant, the rest of the trophies that are missing from the display case we saw in the restaurant. Okay, let's go out, which is the tricky part, getting out of here without being seen. No one can touch me. Well guys, that's all. We finished looking around. It's amazing to see this restaurant so intact. It still blows my mind. I'm going to use this room to end the video, so I hope you liked it. If so, give it a like and I'll see you at the next place. See you next time. I think he just got into the car. Yeah, he already got into that car over there.
Yes.
Inside the car. It's time to go. Ooh, that was close.
All right, let's go.